them who have claim to their own patterns and way of life. I mean, I'm looking at where you have a Benue and a Kogi and a Plateau fall in the same categorization. These are very distinct, different people.
Yes.
So, if there was even the lock of similar language, it could be something that they can easily say, well, even though we have differences, we speak something similar. There's nothing similar in their languages. Nothing similar. And there's also very major differences in their cultural habits too. So I'm looking for that thing that they can latch onto and say that, well, I see you more as a brother. Maybe just because you do this, we still have this. This is what we do in common. I don't see a lot of communal characteristics, except
culture is language,
regional,
geographical
location.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes. Except geographic location.
No, culture is religion, language, and other factors. The thing that held all parts of the north, including the middle belters, is that Hausa language.
It was Hausa language, yes.
Yes. Religion, you have Christians, you have Muslims among them. And of course, among the Muslims, they will tell you the one that is original Muslim, authentic, and the one that is not, But of course, all along, even before the war, all along, the middle belters have been carried along. Somebody like
because of language,
General,
it was more
Zamani Lekwot, because of the frustration that his people had, once said that if the war had to come, he will fight on the part of the Biafra. That is the extent of that injustice I was just saying, that it's better allow you to get to a level that people will now realize.
Yes. So Annie, I was saying this to you when we were on break, that you see, we are running out of options. Because that thing yesterday that, that was the anastomosis, that thing that binded us together, which is the Nigerianness in us, is fast eroding.
Yes.
And I was saying to you, Annie, that 9 years ago exactly, when it was almost this, and I wish I would be here tomorrow when it's Independence Day, so that I can share a few of these things, when it was almost this time, a day to independence, I needed to buy a white, green cloth to wear. I needed to buy a new one.
You were invited for tomorrow.
I drove throughout GRA, went to Mommy B, went on Stadium Road, went everywhere, Annie. I could not find one white, green to wear. I had to make do with the old one that I had. But guess what? And as I speak now, everybody listening, get into any shop. They're not even sampling the white, green in the first instance. If you then ask them, they will bring 1,001 for you because nobody is interested. And I was just saying to you, Annie, that the American president always wears the lapel pin of the as an emblem of America, the flag.
Does that make it
he wears it everywhere he's going to. That the president, look at the vice president, look at the governors, look at the senators.
So what?
Tell me how many of them indeed are wearing on themselves certain emblem that represents Nigeria. And let me shock you.
Some of them do.
A lot of their assets.
They should be proud to say.
A lot of their assets are not in Nigeria. Their assets, and I mean also their children, are schooling abroad. Their businesses are abroad. Everything about these people, they have it abroad. So they do not even believe in this entity called Nigeria. They don't even believe in the Nigerianness of Nigeria.
Okay.
These are the people who are our leaders. How do you think that we are going to have something that commonly will thread us together? Nothing today as we speak. Nothing.
Got to wrap up on that conversation. Fine, first in a minute.
Yes, I think this issue of being patriotic and believing in your country. Tomorrow is independent. We are 60. I urge every Nigerian to believe in the Nigerian entity as it is now.
Yes, sir.
While working towards the process of ensuring that the Nigeria they want is in place. It is when I come to Nigeria, I keep becoming ashamed of how people treat the national symbol. In the United States of America, you cannot take one picture without capturing the American flag.
Absolutely.
On houses, they put
absolutely,
it.
Because the American state is fair to the American citizen.
Exactly.
It's just to the American citizen.
They are so proud. You will see car links. Every car standing has one flag on it so that you don't take any picture. And they, you want to take picture? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Take picture. Because they make sure you go home with things that has to do with America. That was why even at a time when I arrived in Louisiana, the American woman didn't see anything to give but gave me Nigerian flag. Take the flag of your country. That was to say, She is proud of their country and she's proud of the flag, and I flew the Nigerian
How
flag.
did you hold the flag?
I was proud
Proudly.
of
Proudly.
No, it's important. It's important we speak the truth.
No.
When we are behind the mic.
Look.
How did you? I am positive.
Look.
Without subjecting you to
Look,
any
let me
investigation.
let me tell you. I held the Nigerian flag
With the same
You
enthusiasm.
can even see me that my cufflinks right now is Nigerian flag.
Yeah, I see that.
My lapel is Nigerian flag. It is only today that I don't put Nigerian and lapel on my clothes. I have it. Nigeria, US, what have you. I have them. And wherever I go, those who see me, they know that. I always, in my car, you have Nigerian flag flying every day. I am proud of Nigeria.
So my people in
country.
Roboland says that the father is the one who tells the son that the son is
The
his.
father doesn't want to, so the
The
son should
father
not.
tells the son that the son is not the son that tells the father
In this
that
case-
the father is
in
his.
this case, I am
That's
the
why
father.
it's fathers that would
In this
disown
case, I am
children.
the father.
No. So the
yes,
point is,
yes.
Nigeria
You are
is the
saying
father.
the president doesn't
It is
do it.
Nigeria that tells me
No.
that I'm a Nigerian.
No. I'm about the
You
age of
tell
When Nigeria
you're
teaches
Nigerian.
me, when Nigeria leaves me in the lodge, when Nigeria maltreats me, when the people
Okay.
who are supposed to be representation of Nigeria
Hold on.
don't even
You're not
fly
Nigerian. What
Nigeria,
are you?
Look.
it therefore means I'm a Nigerian. But the point I'm making, Annie, is that my father is the one who tells me.
Your father
I
has
grew
heirs.
up. I grew up with my grandmother,
Your father
and
has
I
heirs, so
understand
you
a
want to
lot of parable. It's the father in Roboland that tells you that you are his child.
I'm
It's not
above
you
the
who
age of
tells your
18.
father that you are his
I am
child.
above the age of 18. I know what
Nigeria
I
must
need.
tell
You
us
can
that
even
we
see.
are their children.
Yeah, you can
It's
even
okay,
see.
gentlemen,
Annie,
thank
let
you
me
very
just
much.
relax. You can even see.
Relax,
Even my shirt
please.
is green, white, green. I granted.
No, this is not green.
It's
though.
almost green, white,
No,
green.
it's not
No,
green.
it's blue.
This is so not green.
I know.
This is so not
I
green.
will not be part of this.
This is so not green. This is
Correct.
so not
But
green.
if you look at it, you will
Yes,
see
it's
that
very
way.
blue.
And even as you see my this thing, my cufflink.
Well,
Yes.
Even
Yes,
the television
your cufflinks, I
interview.
agree.
The issue of patriotism has been eroded.
Absolutely.
That is the problem we have
Completely.
in this country.
Completely.
We
It's dying
still,
down.
we
Not
still
completely
remain
eroded.
citizens of this country.
Eroded.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. But
We
you
still
see,
remain
if you're
citizens
if you're
of this
going
country.
to wait,
That is the
if you're
truth
going
of
to
the
wait for
matter.
something to happen
Yes.
before you decide that you're going to get that nation that you desire, I think you'll be waiting for a very, 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 long time.
Yes.
I think you will.
Very, very long time.
That's
You
why I
wanted to
asked
say
what
something.
you're going to
Hold
do
on,
about
hold
it.
on,
Yes.
hold on.
I
You were
wanted
saying
to
something.
just, I wanted to
Yes.
just add that I granted a television interview for airing tomorrow. I also dress in green, white, green to reflect
So
my
you're a
country.
patriotic
I'm
Nigerian.
a patriotic Nigerian,
All
and
right.
I'm happy for Nigeria, my country.
I'm with you on that. I'm a patriotic Nigerian too. I'm with you there.
And I also told people who care to listen that people, all effort to take me out of Nigeria has failed. I say I will stay here.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
they've
High
not-
five. High five. I'm with you on
They
that.
have not. They have not.
We the patriotic Nigerians.
This is just a religious sermon.
We the patriotic.
Preached by fine face. Let a good company come now and tell him they want to take him out of
America
Nigeria.
has said they want to take
Oh,
me.
fine,
America
fine
as a
face,
country
fine
has
face,
said they
No,
want
fine
to
but
face.
take
anybody
me.
don't like
Let's
it.
not do this on air.
No,
Let's not do this on
let's
air.
not do
it on air.
Fine
You're
face,
using your
fine face, let's
yardstick.
not do this on
I
air.
published it already. It's already
Annie,
in
You're
publication.
using your yardstick to determine
I don't want to
no.
open so
Annie,
much.
it is
Yes,
wrong.
I don't want to open so
Annie,
much
it
of.
is
Yes,
wrong.
yes. I don't want to
If
open
you
so much
will
of me
leave,
abroad.
that doesn't make it look like he will leave
Annie,
too.
Annie, if we
If
are,
you will leave,
yes, now Annie,
no,
virtually
you must
everybody,
no.
virtually every active except me and one other one, they are out of the country.
So you want to go to?
They all live abroad.
You want to go to?
All active except
somebody
me
comes now
and
and
one.
says stay,
They
you
all
will
live
go.
abroad. The point I'm making exactly
you
is
want to
that
go.
the very fact that I'm here and the very fact that I'm even in this studio and speaking and talking Nigeria with this passion means that I want the change to come. And I've been talking about
So why don't
restructuring.
you-
The point I'm making, who is a
You have to
Nigerian?
stay in Nigeria to make the
If
change.
we do not,
The
if
day
we do not
America-
address the question of who a Nigerian is, we cannot get the Nigeria that we are looking for. Who is a Nigerian? Is a Nigerian the one who does a train line from Kano State to Niger Republic, when between Edo State and Delta State, a place called Olugbo, you cannot pass it. People spend 2 days, 3 days on that spot. 3 days
I hope
they are waiting
let's-
there.
let's
And
address-
you have borrowed money to build
I
a
hope
rail
no.
line to Niger
Let's
Republic.
address
I
this
hope
issue.
you know that this
Who is a
rail line is
Nigerian?
not possibly going to happen in the next 2-3 years.
Yes.
I have not said it's going to happen in another 2
Exactly.
months.
And
but I'm
I
saying,
hope that you
but
know.
Annie,
Hold
but
on.
Annie, I'm
no,
saying,
before you say,
I'm saying
I
we
hope
can
you know
borrow.
their approval by FEC, that they're not the ones who originated that line.
The very fact that
It was something that was before. Hold on. It was something that was even before this administration. If they've decided that their FEC will approve it, that's a different ballgame altogether. But what I do understand again about what I have read is that it is not a rail line that is going to happen immediately.
So, and in planning, there's something
So
like
maybe this road that you're talking about, before the rail line gets to start happening, maybe that rail line will have been, that road will have been fixed.
So right now, the FEC, they have not sat to discuss this road. And I was journeying to Benin. I was journeying to Benin. I was journeying to Benin, and it's a federal road, Annie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so and this addresses the issues of federal. It addresses the issues of what is really federalism. Why do we have the items that we have in the exclusive list of our federalism? We have them there.
Can so we know what the line of argument is? Is it what is federalism and exclusive list, or why we're approving one thing as against the other?
I'm asking. Yeah, this is what we are arguing, Annie. I'm asking, who is a Nigerian?
Good.
If we are not addressing that fundamental question of who a Nigerian is and what it takes to be a Nigerian, then we are just fooling ourselves completely. Right. Okay. Because I think that you are not a Nigerian when there are problems, pressing challenges in Nigeria, and you are appropriating, whether you like it, whether you say you are doing it, it's not going to happen. You are appropriating billions of naira to build rail from Kano State to Nigeria Republic. What does that even mean? What exactly does that even mean?
It's going to pass through 3 states of Nigeria. It's going to connect Katsina. It's going to connect Kano. It's going to
the border town.
Then to the border town. That's what it means.
So the point
is that they have sorted out some economic value to that rail line. It means that they have felt that there's going to be somewhatly how that rail line will help Nigeria. I don't think they just sat there and just decided, oh, Nigeria needs a rail line.
And what is the comparative? What is the comparative?
Hold on, I just want to ask a question. They'll just sit down and say, oh, Nigeria needs a rail line. Let's connect it so that the people from Kano can go to Nigeria.
It's possible they can sit down and do that. Because we have seen on the script there. Okay, did they just sit down to give 85% to people, DSS, for people from certain part of the country to get into that place? So if we say that it's not possible for them to sit down to concoct that, how did they sit down to get 85%
like I said,
for
with the
DSS people?
As long as we don't know what the composition of the Lagos training school is, we can't say that this is completely lopsided.
So, Annie, there's a script that I think is being acted.
I can't take that away from you if you say you think it.
So it's a possibility that in this script, Andy Akpatifa is saying, there's a possibility that in this script, they want to take the rail line to Niger. What I ask as a sound mind that I am is that what is the comparative?
The rest of us are not sound.
No, I'm not saying no. What is the comparative cost? The comparative cost advantage of that work over the others that are craving and crying for attention in Nigeria. What is the comparative cost advantage?
I'm taking back the argument to what it really is about. It's about the.
I just wanted to say something.
It's about the southern, the middle belt who decided to extricate themselves from the north. That's what we're looking at particularly before we start moving to rail line. Thank you very much.
When
Fine Face in a minute. I will come to you. I know you've been wanting to say something.
When my friend
Fine Face in a minute.
Fine Face was more like pontificating about patriotism.
Yes.
I think, have you ever sat down alone, perhaps, and think about why Nigerians behave like they hate paying taxes? And then when you take it to advanced nations, they are even happy. They pay more than we are doing.
Not people like Trump.
Why? But why?
And Trump will see you.
Why
Trump will see you. He has said that fake news.
Did I hear you?
The truth is this.
Yes.
When one is paying taxes to a government, and government is also providing the necessities that tax will do for citizens, one will be very much ready to continue. Patriotism, what I want to say is that it's not something they force on individuals by mere fact that you are born in that country. No, it doesn't. You earn it by way of what government does to you. The recognition of government to the nation, the recognition of equity, the recognition of justice spilling from government, because government are those that have been elected to take care of the citizens. And that is why I always say, when they say if government involves everybody, it doesn't involve the
It doesn't involve me.
Now, If you tell me a fine face, you are telling everybody to be patriotic.
Yes.
What is
And
the
I'm
patriotism?
encouraging him.
It's
Tell
wearing-
everybody to be
no,
patriotic.
He's wearing
encouraging,
cufflinks.
but no,
He's wearing
Annie,
I'm
cufflinks,
encouraging
green,
them
white,
to be
green.
patriotic.
See.
Like we said, you can't force anybody.
It's very
so I can
conflict.
only encourage. If you don't want to be patriotic, fine. But I will encourage you to be patriotic.
One has to be encouraged because something is not something bad you will encourage somebody to do. At least if one is patriotic, it means that the person believes in his country. But I am telling you, in a country where you provide your water, you provide your
It's
road,
easier
you
to be
provide
convinced to be
Oh my
patriotic.
God.
Yes, it's easier. You would find yourself patriotic by default.
There are
perhaps.
certain things
But
you,
in this
don't, you
case,
can't
we're
cheat
saying
nature. You can't cheat nature. That is the truth.
I have seen
Somebody
families.
that cheated
I have seen
nature.
families where their parents have been horrible to the children, and the children still didn't deny these parents.
Well, that's different.
No, it's
That's
not
quite
different.
different.
No, it's
We're
not
talking
different.
about your bloodline here.
What happened to bloodline?
You see,
What's bloodline?
your father, your
Is what?
mother, and then you look at your siblings. Well, maybe they've been horrible to you. In fact,
what,
if
Emmanuel?
you now turn back and say, okay, let me give back what they have given me, would you be in the right perspective? It's
Why would
different
I
from
be?
a nation. A nation is where you find an umbrella to be secured.
Okay, I'll pause you there because of Fine Face. Fine Face has been staring at me. I have refused to tie my head off. Fine Face, go ahead.
Yes, it's good for us to and allow things to go, or all of us move out of this country because we don't like what is happening. We cannot shape Nigeria. Last year or so, the American government banned immigration visa for Nigerians. I released a press statement thanking America for doing that, because if all of us leave this country, we shall not have those who will shape the country. And in that statement, I made it that
Akpochibi that is looking outside.
I have
No, I'm
seven
not.
offers.
If I was, I
If
would
you
have.
go, whoever-
If I was, I would have. And I just said what I have not said
In
on
that
air.
statement,
What people don't know
I
about
put
me.
it
I just
clearly
put it
that
out on
I
air.
have 7
I
offers
would
by
have.
American government to
Yeah.
come over, and I turn it down because we have to be in Nigeria and shape Nigeria.
I'm with you.
It is
Mba.
also on record that I have told people that care to listen that even if I get into a position of trust and responsibility tomorrow, my children will school in Nigeria.
All right.
I have
We'll be
no
looking
reason
I'll remind
to
you
be-
of that when you become
Oh my
governor.
God.
I'll
This
come
is
to
our
I'll come
country.
before you when you're
I
governor and
pledge to
remind you
Nigeria,
Exactly.
of that. I said, where are they? Show me the school.
Children.
All right, okay, thank you very much. We have had this long argument. So I think what I'm going to do here, because it seemed as if the conversations just rolled in from one to the other, but we started first of all with the issue of the lopsidedness, the rancor in the Senate over the appointment of the DG of PENCOM, and then we had the middle belt.
Puzzle over Nigeria. Middle belt. Maybe takes themselves away from
the
Was it
ACF. It was
ACF?
ACF.
Yes.
So we're looking at that. So in context, I think what we will be looking at bottom line will be patriotism. I think that if it were to be an act of patriotism when you allowed people to go through a process as defined by the area alone, 71 cadets
Indeed.
or in that system. I would think that this is something the man allowed to happen. He particularly said, send me their names, I will put them in, regardless what the processes look like. And that's not an act of patriotism. And then again, when you look at the issue in the assembly where they said the president sent in a name of, I think the candidate is from the Northwest, if I remember particularly. And the person who she was supposed to replace is from the Southeast. And the act establishing PENCOM insists that if the tenure of a person was truncated, the person to replace will come from that region. And the issue was the president couldn't have brought somebody outside the Southeast. You would think that the president and his advisors and handlers will understand the rules of engagement when it comes to what the acts that established the PENCOM. And in that case, if they did, what they tried to do was also an act that was not patriotic. And then we come to the group that has pulled herself out of the Iowa Consultative Forum. And they said, look, enough is enough. The killings within the region is immense. We need to find our voice. We don't want to be subsumed under your voice anymore. And we want to identify ourselves for who we are. And for me, that is the pretty standpoint for why you want to be patriotic, is because you have identified who you are. This is who you are. and that's what you're pursuing. For the rest of us who are patriotic to Nigeria, it's perhaps maybe because we identify that by and large we're Nigeria. As ugly as she is, and as horrible as she can get, it is just who we are. And if I'm not going to help pull her out, who will? If you're not going to help, who will? There's so many of us that are so completely frustrated with the system, and rightly so. There's just as much as a person can take, really. Rightly so. But when we speak on the issue of patriotism now, are we saying that you're not patriotic if you decide that you're not going to fight? Does that end your patriotism?
Patriotic in that you're a good citizen. You do not want to go against the laws of the land, and you will follow it in that fashion. But whenever the brand of patriotism that one may not willingly display in his country or in one's country is such that now something is happening, you say, okay, let me die for my nation. You can only do that for a nation that has showcased itself in having your interest and then protecting your own interest. If not, you say, I'm a reasonable citizen of this country.
Are you patriotic enough to ensure that the nation remains on the right path?
Yeah, individual patriotism.
Like I said,
individual patriotism.
Are you going to be actively concerned about getting her on the right path? If you're going to be passive about that, does that take away your patriotism to the nation?
Well, the passivity will depend on, it's a multiplier effect of what the nation is doing for one. Yes, because if, for instance, you die, and absolutely you die for nothing, would such patriotism be a sane one? I think it would have been an insane one. And that is the way I look at it. I think patriotism is something one earns as a result of what the nation is doing for one. For instance, in Nigeria, even as Fine Face is saying, if there is anything to say, die for Nigeria, the way he has mentioned about Ogoni cleanup, and somebody is telling you Nigeria Delta is clean, while he has not even visited the sites where he should do the real cleaning. You tell me patriotism? Well, for Emmanuel Ndugu, I don't think such patriotism exists in Nigeria.
All right, let me ask Barrister.
Well, the issue of you probably have to be proud of your country. Like the President of America, former, said, whatever you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you.
Yes.
But that was what was obtainable then. But if Americans have depended on what they can do for America, I don't think there will be any patriotic exhibition in America. You earn the respect of the citizens of your country by making provisions of the necessities of life, which is basically water, food, and shelter. And if we look at these indices, whether average Nigerian can afford a meal, has water and shelter over his head, the answer is absolutely no. And that is why Nigerians find it difficult to exhibit that patriotic exhibition that is imbued in them. And of course, the issue of patriotism also has to do with a patriotic act, and it becomes a culture.
All right.
That is how I see it.
Okay, we got your thoughts on that. Let's move on to my first in a minute. We're looking at patriotism.
Yeah,
at what point do you say, oh, because you didn't do this, you're not patriot? You're not a patriot?
Well, at the point that a citizen may not want to contribute to national development in such a way that maybe one or two sacrifices will also be made to making the country to move forward, then the citizen is not patriotic. And on my own part, the first part of the question, I just say yes to it. I must be patriotic to the country, and I must make sure that the country is on the right path. And that is part of why I have chosen my profession, to be speaking for development and contributing to ensuring that the country is on the right path. And we'll continue to do so, not because we are making anything from it, so to say, but because we have passion to making our country better than how we met it. Because if we fail to do so, we must have disappointed a generation that will expect from us and ask us, even posterity will ask, what did you do when you get there?
So if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not patriotic?
You are also patriotic, but you are not passionate about making the right changes to happen.
All right. Okay, what are your thoughts? Andy Akotive.
Yeah, Annie, so I belong to a group where I'm the president, group against national injustice, Ghani. So there are a few of the members who are Nigeria, one person, one conversation, at a time. We do this by exhibiting what we think is the best thing to do per time. However, Annie, there is active and passive patriotism.
Yes.
There are people who are actively patriotic about their country, and there are people who are passively patriotic about their country. I'm going to explain it very quickly. So if you were actively patriotic about your country, it means that when it's time to vote, you would vote and you would be voted for. So you wouldn't say that, the elections, for instance, have been rigged. They have written the results already. So I do not want to go and vote. You are an active, patriotic person. You would wear all of the things that are the symbols or the emblems of your society, or of that country, of the tradition. For instance, it's not just in wearing the lapel of our green, white, green, but you are going to be wearing wristwatches made in Nigeria, for instance. You're going to be wearing shoes and sandals made in Nigeria, for instance. You're going to be wearing clothes made in Nigeria, for instance. Then you are an active patriotic person. You would support even veterans, for instance, if you are an active patriot. So if you found that there were people who were police officers, pensioners and all that, and you've got the means, you would support them. And when I'm talking about active patriotism, I'm talking about from the citizen side and from the side of those who are leading us. But today, what do we have? And I can go on and on mentioning them. In America, 5 ways to demonstrate patriotism. One would be actively get involved in jury and juries their system that they operate. So once you are called, Annie, we have been listening to you on air, and we want you to be involved, to be a member of this jury. If you said yes and you got involved, then you are a patriot. There are ways to see it. But Annie, to be passively patriotic means that you just speak it. You just say it to your mouth. Oh, I'm a patriotic Nigerian. When it's time to vote, you are not voting. Oh, I'm a patriotic. When it's time for us to stand under the sun, under the rain, to demand for what will benefit Nigeria ultimately, you are looking for money. You are looking for how people are going to mobilize it with certain fund. You are sitting in your house and you are not, then you are not patriotic. It's enough. Or it's one thing for us to come on air, for us to go on social media and say, be patriotic. But you see, we must be gingered, quote and unquote, to be patriotic. Mr. Emma said something. Patriotism is not enforced. It's not shoved down your throat. Patriotism is what you give to your society, you give to your state, you give to your country willingly, because your country has given you certain things in return. As I speak to you, Annie, do you know that there are some of our president, our president goes abroad to receive treatment. There are doctors trained, qualified to treat him in Nigeria. Why do you think he's going abroad? Because we have not fixed the teaching hospitals, we have not fixed the federal medical centers, we have not fixed the private hospitals in the way that it will permit for him to be treated and others to be treated. Would you call that patriotism? Would you call that active patriotism? It's enough for us to just kind of say, hey, we are patriotic. But those who are in leadership, they have not demonstrated active patriotism. That's why, Annie, all their businesses are abroad. Go and check.
Thank you very much. So when we look at the issue of patriotism, we always will refer to what has the country done for you? Why would you be patriotic to a country that's done very little for you? As a matter of fact, all she does is take from you. Is that enough reason where we say we'll stop being patriotic?
In my explanation, I drew a line that one could just be born in a nation and one will behave all around the way he could be described. One could be described as a patriotic person by being a good citizen. That means you obey the laws and all that. But that both attaches that once it comes to, it's very easy to say, I am patriotic. But once there is an injustice done to you personally,
do you stop being patriotic at that point?
No, you won't stop, but you will become passive.
Right.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, because it's a natural cycle. What you get, you give back.
Let me ask you the same question too. If Nigeria, I mean, we know how terrible she's been to us. Do we stop being patriotic?
No. That is not the spirit. We will continue to express our patriotic disposition to our country. But just like Ma said, the problem might be passive. But you now get active patriotism when you begin to get those things that is required of a civilized nation to their people. That's why I say it's infectious. It's infectious. Now, we want a country not only giving us bread and butter, a country where you have an environment to display your act. A country where you have environment to showcase the gift that God has given to you. A country where you have the environment to practice your profession without hindrance or let. A country where you have an environment to compete effectively with any section of the country without any atom of sectionalism or sentiment as we are. So you display patriotism at all times. But the issue is that you must put in place, you must show, because people have feelings. People also observe.
Of course.
It is what the people observe that responds of the environment and behaviors. And that is what we're experiencing. If you watch in the country, there's that level of passive patriotism expressed. It's not shown as during the independence celebrations previously. Everybody will be looking up for that day. But nobody looks out for independence celebration because the country, for you or for me, has not really displayed that debt that country owe you. That debt that country owe you is not only for Naira and Kobo. The debt the country owe you is for you to have the necessities of life.
All right,
and that necessity of life, we have not seen it. And yet, we budget every year. Yet, we don't see them as it were.
All right, I've got your thoughts on that. Yeah, so Nigeria is not patriotic to us. How do we continue to be patriotic to her? How is it even possible?
I will continue to be patriotic to Nigeria.
Why? But she's
if will do for me. And in my efforts, I will try as much as possible from my own little matchbox house to contribute and do things that will make the country better. If we all fold our arms and sit down and because Nigeria is not providing to us as much as it was supposed to do, then we keep quiet, then we are not making any headway. We have to see what we can do. When it comes to development, there are things people don't really understand about development. Now, we have administration in Nigeria today. In its own way, it is trying what it could do, but a lot of people are not satisfied with it. Even I am not also satisfied with what is going on. But that does not mean that I will fold down and blame the administration from A to Z, because anything that has to development is not done instantaneously. It is a process. This administration will come and go. Another one will come and will not still finish the program and what have you. But what we need is for them to apply these resources to the basic needs of the people in such a way that you will have the needs of the people being addressed from the scarce resources that is available. And not to spend money on whatever it is, but whatever way you put it, I will continue to be patriotic to Nigeria, my country.
If the same Nigeria denies you the cleanup of Ogoni, will you also express patriotism?
You can see I campaign on Ogoni, and I keep telling people it could get to the point that of my campaign, I will still put my life on the line and put my name under the rope for the nation to be liberated. I wonder why there are things I shouldn't just say. But if it gets to the point I can say who I got to, what am I doing on earth?
So, Mr. Ima, and that calls the child, it's his child. It's not the child that calls the father his father. It's the country that calls the people as citizen. Because in the first instance, there are certain things that are expected, certain minimum things that are expected by those who are in charge of our commonwealth. When my friend and colleague was talking about how that development is in stages, we are saying that please do all that is necessary to do stage 1, 2, 3, so that the next person that comes takes stage 4, 5, 6, and the next person that comes takes stage 7, 8, 9. Do not sit there with the amount of resource that is at your disposal and be sharing it as though we are drunken sailors. See what ICPC said. Hundreds of billions of naira found in the account of private people, and they said they used it to do palliative to share it.
2.6 billion.
I said it on air, this place. I said, when the records are opened eventually, that palliative food sharing thing will be worse than the Hams Gate that we are talking about.
But what you may have in mind is not the primary school owner. is the secondary school.
The point I'm making is that that's the one that the ICPC has even talked about.
Good.
If you were to investigate
right.
the whole gamut of what they have been doing, a government that goes, takes money from Abacha and shares the money, takes money from Abacha and shares the money. That government, my colleague is telling me that we should allow them do a bit and go. The point exactly is that we have certain expectations from the states. We have certain expectations from the country. Has the country us and from us? If the country therefore refuses to do theirs towards us, if the country therefore refuses to do the bare necessities, the minimum standards, they do not have the moral rights to demand done by me for whatever motive that makes me do it. Not because I should do it as a citizen of Nigeria.
Let me intervene there. You see, if you remember what I said, in fact, I don't know much about Ogoni, but he said Niger Delta is clean, Ogoni is clean. With the vast knowledge you have about this environmental cleanliness and otherwise, if somebody comes out tomorrow and said specifically there's tax for environmental cleanliness, and that taxation is driven to Ogoni area, you will find face, despite that you are consumed for being patriotic, will you willingly pay without delay?
I will not pay because the environment is not clean.
Thank you very much, and that is where you are passively patriotic.
No, I'm fully patriotic because when I noticed that the environment was not clean, I didn't keep quiet. If I saw that the environment is not clean and I keep quiet and go home, that is being passive. Yes. But I am active. When he made the statements, I have written, I have also granted interview we watch and listen to in Abuja.
Thank you.
That the statement is made was a generalized statement. That even the Ogoni, he came and said, was clean, was not yet clean. The Niger Delta I said was already clean. It's not also clean. So you cannot come and now tell me to pay that. If I was quiet, then you can come and tax me to pay.
Thank you very much. You see, that is with the understanding of the establishment, the political establishment of Nigeria. If they hear what you are saying, they don't know much about you, but that their own minister is saying that Niger Delta is clean, Ogoni is clean, and remember, the target more or less is Ogoni to see about this cleanup that has been established for Ogoni area. And he went back to Asorok and told the president Ogoni is clean.
They will come out and they will sit down in that this thing and grand press and say Ogoni is not really very clean.
Patriotism is not only that the leaders will expect you to be patriotic. More is expected also the leaders
to be patriotic. You have hit the nail on the head.
Take for example the issue of cleanup. When there was this issue of environmental pollution in America, there was after the cleanup exercise, Obama had to swim into that water and see to show Americans transparently and as a patriotic president that indeed the water is safe and clean. How many times have you seen your patriotic president coming to an environment that is polluted to say, Nigerians have stayed in Ogoni for 3 days. I drank the water there. Then I have stamped it that Ogoni is clean. So patriotism is not
gone to
a one-traffic issue.
Yes. And I'm receiving treatment from UPTH.
I don't want to go to
and I stamp it that the doctors there are professional. The equipment there they are working well.
He was admitted in South
Africa.
Oh yes, they have
Fidel Castro was admitted in Cuba.
So that is how to rule with patriotism.
Yes, it's a two-way thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Okay, we got your thoughts now. It's already 11 o'clock and we need to allow our listeners also have a say to what we have been discussing. Yes, I will agree if you want to be specific and address the issue of the DSS DG, who they are accusing of lopsided recruitment of cadets. If you also want to specifically speak on the PENCOM issue and the issue and insisted that the acts to the PENCOM did not allow for another candidate to come out from the region of that whose tenure has been truncated, and then to the middle belt, or should I say the North Central,
North Central,
who are saying, look, we're going to pull out from
They
the
found
Ariwa
their
Consultative. They finally found their identity. How that will work out in the larger picture is a different thing entirely. But this is them trying to stand firm on who they believe they are. And this generally took us to the issue of patriotism. And I mean, in the spirit of Nigeria's independence, we're looking at patriotism and whether we need Nigeria to be patriotic to us first before we can be patriotic. And if just by reason of birth is enough for us to be patriotic. Oh, okay, good. I'm Nigerian. My mother and father are Nigerian, so I must be patriotic. Is that how it happens? And if you think not, tell us why, and we'll have that conversation with you. The numbers to dial to get to us in the studio is 0810-951-0951 or 0817-0000-951. And the other number is 0817-0000-951. You can send us text message them to 070193. That number is for text messages and WhatsApp. Don't forget you can go on Facebook, Today95.1fm on Facebook. Go ahead and like that page. Let's also hear from you on that platform, or tweet at us. Our Twitter handle is @TodayFM951. The man in the studio who said he's a patriotic Nigerian is not meant well for our children, or he doesn't mean well for our children. Maybe he's sarcastic. If not, how could he be so proud to identify with the world headquarters of extreme poverty? I mean, is that really a reason why you not be patriotic? Because you're the headquarters for extreme poverty.
I'm working for the betterment of his children when
you
they come.
jettison the country. I say, no, what would you do? You go back to India. That's it. He says, where killings by Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram bandits, SARS officials are the order of the day, and the government is power is looking the other way as if all is well. Local rice was 3,000, while foreign rice was 7,500 per 50 kg bag in 2014. Now it's 27,000 and 32,000 respectively. I don't even want to mention VAT and fuel pump price increment. A fool at 60 is a fool to the grave. Udom F, you sent that in from Port Harcourt. Hi Annie, your analysts on point on the issue of patriotism. I totally agree with them. Thanks. This is from St. A. You're studying this from Ajib Estate. Another here says, hi, anytime I hear Andy, how come, he says, he's asking Andy, how come you're not patriotic? Andy said he is patriotic. It's just his own patriotism might not be what you think it is, but he's patriotic. He says, you don't believe in Nigeria, so why are you shouting? You're not proud of your country. I don't get him. You can't get anything green. He's just paranoid. Then he says, I don't understand his word of saying father telling the child, not child telling the father.
He won't understand. He's perhaps too young to understand.
He did say he grew up with his grandma.
So he's perhaps too young to understand.
There are certain knowledge nuggets that only grandmas do. And this here says, good morning, Annie. What is the benefit of being a Nigerian? You get to share the same land with me. You know? I'm Nigerian. So the benefit is your
interest.
Fine John says, Lady Annie, please tell Mr. Fineface that he gave his has not been able to respond to my request to talk with him when the head is a tribal hero and the worst parochial and sentimental government ever. The North has never looked at Nigeria to be one until they see themselves as the taskmaster. This whole one Nigeria is a scam. And do the Northerners even celebrate Nigeria independence? No. I come to realize this when Nnamdi Kanu said, talking about Biafra. It was then I realized that it's only in the South, South, and Southeast that we do celebrate independence. That's a whole block of lies right there. Whole block of lies. The lie is so deep, I don't even know whether it's a block. It's an estate of lies. And he says it's only us in the South, South, Southeast that celebrate independence. We in the South and Southeast started having the awareness that Nigeria is not one when Nnamdi Kanu started talking about it. Nigeria is only one because of the oil in the South. If the oil was in the North, will Nigeria be one? Now they are after our water. Our lives depend on the water around us. The North wants to take away everything that makes us a people. So I will solely depend on them. To survive this early year was the Ruga. But one thing is sure, like Chinua Achebe said, things fall apart and the center cannot hold anymore. As for the Ogoni cleanup, it's disappointing that Ogonis are shout. Okay, we're not talking about that anyways. All right, and this is Ogai Mawe's Emifia Haga. I guess that's what you're trying to write there. EOK says, good morning, Annie, Honorable Ndukwenyo, distinguished guests. It has become cry upon cry, hue and cry among your analysts and the general public on the 500 cadet recruitment from the core north for DSS, while only 90 are left for the south, including the middle beltons. That is President Buhari's ethnic bigotry and nepotic tendency we have been seeing. We have been raising alarm since the inception of his APC government. Now, it's clear to your analysts at this late hour, even in the Federal Character Commission, they're relying on or making reference to, it's no difference, and it has happened there not quite long. But the current chairman and secretary of the commission are from the north. Senator Abaribe was shot down by fellow southern legislators when he informed the Senate of the imbalance of allowing the two top sensitive positions to be occupied by the north, which in itself is a breach of the act. It's not a breach of the act. The act itself didn't say one must come from the north or south. Abaribe particularly said it was the tradition. It was the tradition. It's not anything in the act, and I read it. It's not in the act that says you must take one from the north for secretary and another from the other side.
No,
but he said
it
was the tradition to balance it out. Anyways, you went on to say even in DSS, Siafa was replaced by retired Bichi when the president saw that the top 5 in the DSS rank are from the south. Yet nothing happened except the cry, directing same to Boko Haram bandits and Fulani headsmen, already known by the world as occupying the 4th position as the most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. President Buhari is yet to prescribe them as terrorists. What else do you want to hear? Can we say that Southern literacy and elitism is a doom or a course? Recently, the Attorney General of the Federation, Honorable Malami, solely and unconstitutionally repealed the rules of professional conduct for Nigerian Bar Association, which removed the payment of yearly practices, fees, payments, and stamp and seal. Though Malami's action has been strongly confronted and rejected by Mr. Akpata, the newly elected. Okay, yeah, but I also understand that with that there is a Supreme Court ruling on that earlier, right? If I must.
No. Somebody went to court to challenge it, and of course I know that the sensibility there why they had to withdraw it is to make way for peaceful settlement of that. Because if you had to go to court, and probably it might drag long.
Are you talking about these recent actions that somebody went to court for?
Yes, on this.
I did read that
the amendment of the Legal Practitioners Act.
I did read somewhere though,
yes.
that there was a ruling already from the Supreme Court. Yes,
Awakalo
who spoke on that and said the Supreme Court has already said that the stamp in itself is not a necessity for documents to be valid in court.
Yes,
that it should not be.
The Legal Practitioners Act is also.
But it is illegal for the Attorney General to solely decide that this happens without them having that forum.
Because there's a purpose. And that council has to meet and contribute.
So everybody have their wrongs and their rights there.
Yes.
All right, good day, Annie. Nigeria hasn't been fair to me, so it sounds preposterous talking about being patriotic to it. Annie Fine-Faced Dumemene is Gandolari pay at high prep. That's why he needs to be patriotic to his own country. Onye Awaji Fine Face, Ungo Town. He also shares your name, Fine Face. But Onye Awaji, unless you have proof with Gandola, at least we saw a video. So if you have that of Fine Face stuffing anything, please, you know how. That's why he's stuffing anything. If he's stuffing anything, please bring same evidence.
Display patriotism.
I mean, see the level of unpatriotic. Yes. He's even sharing the same name. He refused to be patriotic.
And you know that people even perceive me to be anti-hybrid because I'm always speaking from the other part of my mouth, and such person cannot gandolarize dollar.
Good morning, Ali, and all the guests on the PENCOM appointment. Don't we think the hatred by Buhari to the Igbos are too much? Even on the issue, the law is so clear. Gideon in LMA. I don't understand. What's the hatred? Okay, hatred of Buhari by the Igbos.
He has expressed it, so that is an obvious fact.
Melody Uniport says, God knows that there's nothing Nigerian in me. Oh, Melody, you're so Nigerian. Get up. You're so Nigerian. I don't even have to finish this sentence. He says, my patriotism is to my true nation, the Igbo nation, the land of the rising sun. Ooh, that's cool. This country has attracted much hatred from me. If this center can ever hold, there's no justice, nepotism, mediocrity, etc. Patriotism is a no for me. All right. But I mean, you're still Nigerian. I understand that your true patriotism lies with somewhere, but you are Nigerian now, as you and I are speaking. Annie, don't you think that at 60, Nigeria is already dead owing to life expectancy here?
You understand?
I got this.
Life expectancy of average Nigerian.
It's like 50 something.
Yes, less than 60.
It's 56 or thereabouts. So Nigeria
is dead.
But
I get that joke. of that. Of that.
He says, and
The
Hakan,
district person will not die.
Hakan
The
Davis
district-
also says, good morning, Annie and the guests in the studio. It's a pity my brother Fine Face is like a cockroach in the middle of fowls in today's issue. Annie, my patriotism died long ago. The only thing that is making me patriotic is my ancestry, and Nigeria is where it is located. Annie, pity me. I pity you, really. I do.
You can
Annie,
see it. You can see the feel of the people.
The truth should be told. Islamic religion, the Fulani ethnic group are the problem of Nigeria. How? Any country where religion is promoted can never be one nation. In Nigeria, Islamic religion is deliberately given prominence with intention to dominate the rest of the country. I do not know any person who can solve the Nigeria. Believe it or not, Nigeria is a country put together by God. So Nigeria is a mysterious country, as God is mystery. A remarkable thing Nigerians will never forget in a long period will happen before the greatness of the country will emerge. I tell you, Nigeria is as great or greater than the greatest country of the world today. The remarkable thing that will happen, it is in the making of God, is that the North will capitulate, crumble. That's not nice.
God
now.
did not
To
make
a people
Nigeria.
to
The
go and
British
crumble.
did.
A KG Sunday, you send that. I'm not hoping that anybody capitulates. I think it would be unfair to say that to a people, regardless how you feel upset by actions from some of their members. I think it would be really sad that this is how you feel about it. But I was talking to somebody just yesterday, and he says, he was talking to his team. After this pandemic and all of that, they gathered to take on the year, and he was asking them, so in the past 6-7 months, what did you do? How did you better yourself? And he was amazed as to how individually, it was nothing from the structure of individually, they had gone far and wide and actualized things and done things, and he was so proud of his team members. And he was saying, if we look at Nigerians individually and their ability to transcend difficulties and become something truly phenomenal, you will be taken aback as to how in the makings did somebody become like this. What is the makings of a Nigerian, so to say. And he says, and he truly believes that for Nigeria to become who she can be, that we need something drastic to happen to us, that something so
Where will it come
exactly will happen to us. I said, this guy is praying that we have
Annie, and I think
this having that have a tornado or a hurricane that will shake us all over.
No, Annie, I think that's what even that writer is talking about.
I think so. This was this was. I remembered what somebody told
that
me.
it capitulates. That is the North, for instance, that must surrender on their positions. So if the North says that we would not restructure Nigeria unless they surrender on that
he
position,
wants them to crumble.
to capitulate.
He says, they should crumble. Well, he wrote here. That's why I went. I said, no, I don't think so. Because he says, they will crumble.
Okay, if you use crumble, then it's wrong. But the North must capitulate. And Mr. Iman, you recall that I said here that Nasser Rufai's mission to restructure Nigeria will not work, because I already had a sense of the thinking of the North regarding restructuring. Unless they capitulate, unless they surrender on that position, most definitely Nigeria will not move forward.
And I find that it's impossible that any side will surrender on the ability to lead or ability to be in power. I think that is also far-reaching. I think that we must also ensure that we do the best to take it. Is power given or is taken?
And so the structure right now is such that it is close to impossible for you to do that unless something untoward happens.
I see the truth. I see your point. Let's get to the phone lines.
And that was deliberately done by the
phone lines
military.
just real quickly. Hello, Today95.1 FM. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello.
Annie, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Noble.
Noble, go ahead. Good to have you.
Yeah, Annie, talk about being patriotic of a Nigerian. I'm from Southeast. Then very bad road. I won't be able to go to my village safely. But if I travel from here to north, the road will be free. The security man will be one pole from pole to pole from here to southeast, taking 100 naira from me. They turn me into road there. But if I travel from here to north, the road will be free. They want me to believe in one Nigeria. Then if I finish school, manage, get admission, finish my school, go my service, come out, no work for me to. But someone from the other side will come out with no mark in school. Then it will be very easy for him to get employment in a company and a government workers. They want me to be happy about it. There is no way this country will to square one. Just like the TSS employment, not one particular state can still get the whole, more than the whole south and southeast. Then they want me to believe in one Nigeria. There is no way I will believe on that. You need to treat me like you treat others. Make me to believe in one Nigeria. Even before now, towards 2010 or 2012, before 1st of October, we will go in everywhere, see boutique, small shops selling green, white, green. Tomorrow is Independent Day. Nobody is even know. Even now that you can talk about it now, I will give me myself. I'm even aware that tomorrow is Independent Day. How will I know about it? How will make me to know about it?
That's to the extreme.
That's their party.
There is something that Nigeria is hiding. There is something that Nigeria don't want us to know. And then we need to sit down, talk about it.
Yes. Who is the Nigerian?
If I will apologize for you, guy, I'm sorry for what I did to you. Let us be one. We'll consider how we're going to do it. Then if you talk about Nigeria Constitution, nobody will talk about it. Then this Constitution was made by the military people, mainly from North, to benefit people from North. While I'm here suffering, you want me to believe? So me, I will not believe. If I born my children now, if I have opportunity to send them out of this country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Noble.
So we were trying to look at what the last caller said about the fact that maybe if not that we are talking about it now, we don't even know that tomorrow is October 1.
October 1st.
It's because the consciousness is not there, and it's part of what I think the government should do to sensitize the people. A national orientation agency, these are some of the things they can do to create awareness about patriotism to the people.
If for anything, Mr. Ima, if for anything, I think that a sensitive government right now should be doing some kind of a poll. Yeah, so across the country, from the north to the east, to the south, to the west, they should be doing some kind of a poll to find out or to feel the pulse of the people. Send those who already know how to do this to go and measure the number of Nigerians that are indeed very eager about this, our independence. Indeed, very eager about our independence, enthused, excited, very, very happy about independence. This is the kind of statistics that we should have government that is sensitive indeed be doing today. The last time I was there, Mr. Ima, I had said that it's important that we have a thinking and an innovative ministry.
Good morning. Let's take this call. Yeah, 95.1 FM. Where are you calling from and your name?
I'm Obin. I'm calling from Port Harcourt right now.
Go ahead.
I thank you, everybody, but I've been listening. Let me start with this DSS recruitment. This kind of thing has been here for a very long time. This lopsided recruitment, lopsided appointment, lopsided everything. And it's not teaching us a good lesson. Even the young ones, everybody is seeing it. Is dividing Nigeria more, and the Nigeria have divided. Some of the elite and the elders have come out to say something like Nigeria is divided, and nobody is saying anything about it. I'm not happy that elders are lying against people. Innocent people have been killed. People come out and deny nothing happened. So what is the way forward? Like one of your guests there was saying that you have to think for what you do to Nigeria, for Nigeria. Like me now, I don't have I buy a generator. I think I've done well for Nigeria.
Congratulations. That's being patriotic.
Thank you very much.
Being patriotic.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
To help your country.
So indeed, this is, and I was saying that You need us to, a sensitive country, a sensitive government should have that kind of ministry. I'm also saying that from that ministry should have been something that should evolve about going down the states, going down the zones to go and feel the pulse of the people. Yesterday was not like this. Why is today like this? What has changed? Why are the people's reactions towards October 1st getting different? We recognize, we realize, we remember that once upon a time, whenever it was October 1st, you saw the pomp and pageantry, you saw the excitement in the air, you saw how the people were usually very, very enthused about it. They came out and people visited, people organized parties, clubs would open, everybody would be excited. But the truth of the matter is that today is not the same. Like I said,
good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling you from Delhi. I'm Simeon.
Okay, go on.
You see, when I think about Nigeria, and when I remember when I was, in university in the 80s, I weep. I think much about my own young ones, my children. I think about their fate. I retired from work in August. I am as old as this country. If I think about our nation in the next 10 years, I can only use very negative words to describe this country. A country of desolation, bickering, anarchy, and so on. Nigeria is not making it. We should come back home and think about how do we build this nation to become one. But this country is not one.
All right, then. Okay, we got your thoughts on that. Thank you very much. And then we have this text message here, or should I let me see WhatsApp message. Annie, Nigeria is a failed nation. It was destroyed by politicians since 1999 till date. They have gradually and systematically removed every form of patriotism in us, the citizens. I'm tired of listening to all these problems caused by humongous. If not that I can't buy fuel this morning, I won't even be listening to you now. Dan Hope from D-Line. Well, thank goodness you're unable to buy fuel this morning, because here you are listening to us. Ebulu Michael says patriotism is belated. Patriotism is earned. Akpotive, speaking my mind, I know how many times I passed the DSS recruitment exam when I was very young, but my name was changed rich in Abuja. It's a shame that the DSS has constantly done this regularly. He also said the government of Nigeria doesn't end the patriotism and loyalty of her citizenry. Even I own and live by. I worked for it without the government's assistance. Tell me, how can I be patriotic when wickedness is all I receive from the government? This is from Clinton. I remember the letter that Wole Soyinka wrote, where he said, what did he call his abode again? The autonomous
residence.
Autonomous residence. Good morning, Annie. The case of Nigeria as it stands now is like a broken bottle that can never come together again. So anybody that's still advocating for one Nigeria is not truthful to himself. And for the man in the studio, Andy, tell him that I love him so much because he always stands on the part of the truth. I really need his number. Thanks. I won't give it to you. What makes you think Andy's part is the truth? Our own part is not the truth.
I love you too. I love you too already. I love you so much already.
Good morning. Good day, Today FM. We're all patriotic, and that's why we're talking for development. Edward or Kajile, you sent that in. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to Emma and other girls.
Good morning to you. Morning.
Yeah. Please, I want to comment on the middle belt.
Go ahead.
Yes. Middle belt has you people have rightly analyzed them. That it's a mixed up of people who, different cultures, different backgrounds. But there's one thing that we share in common. I speak with you, I'm from Plateau State. And that thing is our level of tolerance to each other. Our tolerance is different from the other people who think their will should be imposed on any other person. So if you look at, even in Kogi, Plateau, there are citizens of Plateau State who are not really housewives, but they are Muslims. They adapt Islamic religion as their religion. And if you look at these people, they almost stay in the same house with their Christian counterparts. They eat food at the same place.
Yeah.
When we cook, they eat. When they cook, we eat. And that is the level of tolerance I'm talking about. But the other people on the other side, they don't accept that. So how can you begin to say those kind of people should be, maybe because of our differences, we won't have a common ground. We will always have a common ground because we know ourselves.
Yeah, but I think that's true. No matter the differences people have, there's a common ground. There's always a common ground, really. If you look hard, enough, there will be a common ground.
We were trying to define the culture of the people. I say religion and their language. And there's something that is common among them.
All right.
And he has just nailed it that the resilience that people of the Middle Belt has is different from the other people that feel that they can impose it on them.
All right.
That is the language he has used.
Yes. So the other thing, sorry, Annie. The other thing, talking about patriotism.
Yes.
Just like the guests have finished the work there. Patriotism is when I live in a place, in a country whereby I receive injustice every day. Injustice meted on me every day, and the government is, in fact, the government added the injustice meted on me. How will I begin to say, oh, I should be loyal?
You should be patriotic.
Hello?
We got your position on that. We heard you clearly. You're saying if the country, as it were, continually is changing you and you have you're met with injustice, at what point do they rightly demand for your patriotism? Annie, the headlines today are very scary. They're mostly on division and separation and disintegration. A country encourages one to be patriotic and not the other way around. Fine Face made me proud today. He dropped his party loyalty to face the reality of ugly situation in the country. Michael Newmont. I guess maybe it's your Ogoni party. It must be your Mosop party. This here says, good morning, House. It is only in Nigeria. You will need to add one when mentioning Nigeria, i.e. one Nigeria. But in other countries, you do not need to add one. This is from Prince Tony. I guess because it's too glaring, the issue. So it's one Nigeria. Annie, good morning.
When they want our vote, it's one Nigeria.
Annie, good morning. You people are really educating me. I'm enjoying the station. I'm imparted with knowledge from the station. I know that those that are with you are analysts, gurus. God bless you people. Long life to you with the station. Thank you so much. Donobari from Woji. Thank you so much, Donobari. Annie, good morning. Oga Fineface is playing politics with a discussion. Nigeria has the duty to provide her citizens the basic amenities like 24 hours electricity and adequate facilities in our hospitals when we, the citizens, in return, show patriotism by paying our taxes and electric bills. Onyesom, you sent that in. Annie, Nigeria is at retirement age at 60. Please, the young should learn a lesson. Opobo boy, you sent that in. Yes, Annie, celebrating Nigeria at 60 is a welcome development. What a great country. If only our political elites have the eyes to see. Just imagine, even to get a national ID card genuinely in my own country is now rocket science. Restructuring is a way forward to true independence in our dear country, and it begins with INEC and e-voting. Let us diversify. Thank you. Hello, my name is Michael. I want to commend you and Ogaima for the good work. Annie, I think the federal government, under the leadership of President Buhari, is playing a card. The North are trying to take all the juicy positions and place their people in all the strategic positions in case there is restructuring tomorrow. I know this as I know my name. Only those with foresight can see. KC. He said that in from Port Harcourt. Good morning, all. The problem of Nigeria is the Northern Elders and the military. They believe anybody that rises against the government will be killed. And the President, Muhammadu Buhari, El-Rufai, and Miyetti Allah, including the cabals, they don't want to restructure. They want to change the constitution. They don't want to change the constitution. The Northerners, they always argue they don't want anything good. They just want to steal the wealth of the nation. That's not fair. When it comes to stealing the wealth of the nation, it's done by everybody who has a pie in it.
Yes.
North, south, east, west, middle belt, everybody's still in that world, my brother. So open your eyes. Patriotism is like having a boyfriend that meets at least 80% of his girlfriend's needs. The girlfriend can kill any girl for that guy.
I like your analogy.
The apathy we experience will continue, not until the country can stimulate its citizens. Anekpe No from Eneka, you send that in. The only people who are preaching patriotism are the corrupt political elites who are benefiting from the hubris called Nigeria, and those of you who are close to them. I'm not close to any one of them. The country has failed in all her basic responsibilities to the citizens, so patriotism is a no-no. You might send that from Port Harcourt. A big market like Onitsha Main Market cannot recognize that there is one person who refused to drop death along its road. If you like, kill yourself in the name of patriotism. Our leaders don't care. Please, let's retire Nigeria. She's now 60. Dumnamene, please stop this your patriotism stuff. Do you know what people are facing here? Nigeria is heading to a failed state. Wike Henry, you send that in. I don't know how his patriotism is worrying.
I don't know.
How is that disturbing
It's his
you?
own.
It's a personal. It's his personal.
I'm Val. The man that said he's patriotic is not telling the truth. That his children will go to school here, I don't believe him.
Marky.
He's a pretender. Let him paint his house and car green too.
What kind of money will soon touch?
Oh my God.
When he touches him, I will come back to him on that.
Annie Akotive is full of shoutings. Today he's against rail lines to Niger. The other day he's against Amechi's China loans from Port Harcourt to Meduguri, claiming that the loan has mortgaged the future of Nigeria. What a double standard man. That's from Jonox.
It's the same thing. Means one and the same thing.
Madam
But since
Annie.
it's Jonox, I'm not.
Madam Annie, my comment is please invite Mr. Andy, Professor Wodu, and the lawyer come lecturer who said he turned a George Orther. It will be a revealing combo. I just want to hear Barrister Wodu say, for God's sake, I'm not a slave. Okay. Good morning, all. See, Nigerians have been in this bad attitude of selecting your own particular people in terms of position. So it didn't start with this regime. And I see that Andy, the man in your studio, can never see anything good from this regime. Very bad of him. River State rural communities are decaying due to bad roads and flooding, but a person like Andy will never wail. We're not talking about that today. Believe me, if we were, I'm sure Andy will wail about something. He just knows how to wail, really. He'll find something to wail about it.
Even about rivers.
You will. He will. But that's not the focus for today. So you can't blame him for not talking about that. He says, tell Andy to wail for River State. Andy, please come for the day we're talking about River State. So he can wail. For me, I'm not patriotic because Nigeria is not patriotic to herself. A hungry man can never be patriotic. Austin from Oyibo. It's a known fact that a boil in one's nose is more painful to the inflicted man than an earthquake thousands of miles away that killed thousands. We have local and states closer. Please, our governors and chairmen, are they patriotic or is just the presidency that's not patriotic? This is from Kingsley. And Annie, good morning. I hope the people at the studio are not saying that what they're saying now because they've not been appointed into any government appointments. Chris Bruce from Rukboku. And then this here says, also, our democracy will only be an experience if government shows the breakdown of our national budget and cut down the cost of governance. MJ, you sent that in. I'll take one more here. Lopsided appointments and juxtapositionings in federal character dispositions are a summation that the amalgamate Nigeria is fast evaporating. And as explained in Le Chatelet's principle, all right, we are all patriotic citizens of this country. And this is why we're talking for development and advocating for change. Edward Okajile, you sent that in. I'll take one last phone call if I can. If not, hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Real quick. Well, the quickness was
Ongoing off.
It was unpatriotic.
unpatriotic, really. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Annie, and to your guests in the studio.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Oge from Port Harcourt.
Okay, great to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, in fact, let nobody try to deceive anybody. Like the saying goes, what goes around comes around. Those in government should first and foremost be patriotic to Nigeria. and then extend fame to Nigerians who are the citizens. But when those in government are not patriotic, they are not thinking about the welfare of Nigerians, they are not being patriotic to Nigeria. Like Andy said, how many of them have their children resident in the country? How many of them have their establishments in the country? They are all done abroad. They are all domiciled outside the country. How many of them have their health being taken care of here? And somebody like Sanchez is there talking about being patriotic. When
he has the right to be
government has
patriotic.
told-
If you don't want to, that's your side of the coin. He wants to be.
Yeah, but he should not make it as if people are not being patriotic.
He didn't
Because
He didn't make it.
The
No,
father has to first and foremost tell the child that I am your father by providing the basic needs. Not the child telling the
Shift,
father you are my
shift to
father.
Andy
So the father has to
Akpotive's
tell that
canopy. Shift to Andy, go under Andy Akpotive's canopy. Those of us who are with Fine Face canopy will move them.
And of course, telling people like him to be patriotic. It is
it's
only
a
being
free-
patriotic
it's
that
a
makes him
free
to
will,
speak out
really.
so he can make the country better.
And I think that by and large, if you look at it, even for those who are saying they're not, because you want a better nation, and that's why you're
Exactly.
disappointed in what you see now, and you don't feel any compulsion to do any different, to change it. I hope that some of us will find our ways in effecting changes in our small ways, in our large ways, in our voices, in our actions, because the truth is that you might be unpatriotic now, but the rest of us who are patriotic, Fine Face Group, we need you. All right? We need you to ignore your father who is not telling you you're Nigerian and do that Nigerian thing for us. We do need you. All right, we've got to go. Barrister Churchill Ebeneche, your last thoughts on any of the issues we've spoken about today?
Yes, we have found ourselves in Nigeria. Like I keep saying that God did not make Nigeria, but the British did. If we want to live together in peace, we should be able to take stock of the journey that we have done. If we are not making any progress, we should go back. The Chinese, their safety rule is that you better stop at an error instead of an error stopping you.
All right, then.
We have got to a stage. We should not allow our error to stop us, but to stop at our error.
Okay. Thank you so much, Barrister Churchill Ebeneche. He's a human rights lawyer. Thank you for coming to the studio today. Fine Face in a minute.
Yes, Nigeria at 60. We congratulate Nigeria and Nigerians for the country marking 60th independence. And Nigeria at 60 should endeavor to provide for its citizens. Issue of lights, electricity, poverty issue must be addressed, infrastructural development must be attended to, and the citizens should make demand on the system for changes to be made.
Right.
That is a way of being patriotic.
All right. Thank you so much, Fine Face in a minute. Fine Face, environmental justice activist and executive director, Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center. And then to Andy Akpotive.
If a plastic surgeon or an ordinary surgeon is presented with a gangrenous wound, the first thing that he would do would be to excavate before he continues treatment. We are presented with a gangrenous wound because the indications are there. The divisions that we see in the country are indicative of the fact that this wound is very gangrenous. Just attempting at putting capsule and putting plaster on it is what is doom, is what is imminent doom for that patient. Right. You must excavate. You must treat like it should be treated. We must ask the question of who indeed is a Nigerian.
Andy Akpotive, social reformer, nation builder, author, traveler of bad leadership. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Emmanuel Indukwe.
Well, certainly the Director General of the Department of is it services or whatever,
Secret Services.
Let it
Or
be.
state services.
Let us just assume that there's something that could be done to reverse the lopsided recruitment in the DSS. Because if not, it will now mean that a tree can make a forest. Meanwhile, Nigeria is a nation, and it's not only the North, but there are people from Bichi that can make it a nation.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Got your thoughts on that. This is where we wrap up. Don't miss our new Independence Edition tomorrow. It is something you truly want to latch on. Do stay tuned. Entertainment Express comes up next, and I'll see you tomorrow.
listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Driver, if not that Muslim man, me I no go enter this your motor. Because I can't enter that motor with this Muslim.
Madam, enter I take go baby what to
Well, if this woman enter this car, I go drop. I go drop from
me,
this
I don't
car.
want to enter. My chief and his chief
Driver,
is not the same.
I go pay you.
I
go pay you.
Make I do something now.
I go pay you. Let
Allah
it go.
God,
Let
no
go.
be
I go
the
pay
same.
you. I be allergic. I go pay you. No carry that woman. No carry that woman.
Madam, me una hear me now. Christian and Muslim, don't be the same Nigeria we be. We be brother and sister now.
No carry that woman. I go pay you. No could they go.
You go pay me.
I go pay you.
Make I go.
Do we need to be guarded by one religion to meet with the Creator? The freedom of worship is a natural right to every being. Why raise arms to drag a man to accept your choice of belief? The spiritual directors now trade the message of salvation for hatred and disrespect of other religions.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Still your premium talk news and sports radio station right here in the city of Port Harcourt. A very wonderful Wednesday to you. This is Today 95.1 FM. All right, I'm being joined here in the studio by two wonderful people, and they are here to talk about something that would really interest you. So I would start off with the gentleman, Mr. Iberi. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, how are you doing?
Very well, sir.
All right, and the lady in the house, Mrs. Adaisy. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
All right, so what brings you here today?
Okay, good morning, River State. We decided to present a program that will help everyone in one way or the other. So the program is such that, in this pandemic period with all of this that is going on, everybody has one challenge or the other. So this program is stemmed at answering most of those questions that we have in our hearts. Financial questions,
Okay.
more or less.
Just strictly regarding business and
Yes.
all the questions as regards business.
Yes, sir.
So what's your what do people stand to gain and benefit from this?
Okay, it's basically extra income.
Okay.
Money is never really enough. So if it was possible for people to earn more and do more, they will be happier.
Okay.
So what we present is an opportunity that gives them that platform to earn more and be happier. So take care of the bills, take care of the rentage, take care of all the other residual bills. So that is what we present.
All
So,
right, so-
everyone that is coming that day is sure to go home.
So basically, this is a seminar organized to train people, to help them and broaden their mindset and their capacity as regards finances.
You're very correct, sir.
All right. So where is the seminar taking place?
Okay, the seminar will be taking place. The venue is Enna Towers, opposite Uniport Gate, East West Road.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So it's just very close to you. And then we have we'll be holding seminars for 2 days. We have one on Friday. That's the 2nd of October. All right. The first section will be holding by 11 a.m. All right. And the second one will be holding by 4 p.m. That's for Friday. All right. Then the Saturday seminar p.m.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So what makes you guys different from every other person? What makes you guys stand out from the rest?
Okay, everybody has dreamed of success, but many people have not been able to achieve it because there has not been a right platform that enables
The
them
right
to do that.
platform.
Yes. So what we present is the right platform that will help thousands of dreamers achieve their success,
Okay.
as long as they put their dreams into persistent pursuit.
So you're saying the average person can come in, everyday market woman.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So this is something for everybody. As long as you have a dream for a better life, you are thinking about having a better tomorrow. You're thinking about how can I pay that bills? How can I move from point A to point B? How can I own my own home?
Okay.
How can I have that beautiful car that I am dreaming about? What will make it possible? This is something for you. Okay. It's something for every person who just has a dream. It's not for the rich, it's not for the poor. Every person has something that they benefit from here. So as long as you have something, you have something in your heart, a burning desire in your heart, whether it's to pay your children's school fees, whether it's even to build something for them that when you're no more, they can benefit from.
Especially now, you know, after COVID-19, the paradigm shift, and you know, people are looking for modalities, to improve their finances.
Yes.
All right. So I guess speakers will be coming for this.
Yes, we have speakers coming. So it's for every person, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a busy executive, whether you're working class, whether you have a business you're running presently. Whatever you do, it's something that you should be a part of.
All right.
You need to be here. You just cannot afford to miss out.
All right. So quickly, the details again, the venue, and how people could get across to you guys.
Okay. All right. The venue remains Enna Towers, opposite Uniport Gate by East West Road. And we are having the seminars for 2 days. That's Friday, 2nd of October. The morning section holds by 11 a.m. and the next section holds by 4 p.m. Then for Saturday, 3rd of October, the first section will be holding by 12 noon and the second section by 4 p.m. All right. The contact to reserve your seat, okay? It's can I go ahead with it?
Go ahead.
All right, 070 191 334 35. I'm taking it again, 070 191 334 35, or you call 081 036 024 93.
Okay.
You cannot miss out on the location. Once you are coming from, if you are coming from Obirikure, it's just by Uniport Mills. You can't miss it. It's on the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah, you can also send a text message. If you will be coming by Friday, just send Friday to any of the contacts, or Saturday to any of the contacts, so you can reserve your seat.
The first session by 11 a.m. on Friday, and then the second session by 4 p.m. on that
Friday.
Still the same venue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then on Saturday, the first session by 12 noon, and then the second session by 4 p.m.
Yes.
Definitely a platform where it can accommodate any kind of person. In case you're working, in case you have a very tight schedule.
Either choose the morning section if you're a stay-home mom and you have that time, or in the evening after work you can breeze in and
especially for students who are still behind during
whatever you are into. It does not have any age. The only thing that you have, the restriction is, do you have a dream?
Okay.
So if you have something there in your heart that you want to get sorted out, this is a place to be on Friday and on Saturday.
All right.
And it's actually very beautiful for students, even while at school, they have an opportunity to have this extra income coming and help them and help their parents also.
All right. Let me just quickly read out the numbers again. 0701 913 3435. Again, 0701 913 3435, or 0810 360 2493. Again, 0810 360 2493. Those are the numbers to call and book your seat reservations, all right?
Or send a text message to.
Okay.
A quick one. For every person for the people who come in, first 20 persons who come in, we actually have something, a token of telling you, well done, well done.
Okay.
We are glad you had the dream.
I'm already seeing myself there.
So, so have something.
I wouldn't want to. I hope it's something related to item 7 or.
Fully packed.
So it's a loaded package.
Yes, a complete one.
So you're teaching you how to make money while you're munching to some great things.
And we're also giving you the tools to make the money.
This is great.
So it's for every person.
This is great. The venue one more time again.
Okay, the venue, Enna Towers, opposite Uniport Gate by East West Road. All right, and still Friday, first section 11 a.m., second section.
Mrs. Daisy. They have been here to talk about this very wonderful seminar that will be coming up on Friday, the 2nd of October. The first session is by 11 a.m. and the second session is by 4 p.m. And on Saturday, the 3rd of October, the first session, 12 noon, second session, 4 p.m. If you want to make money, if you want to learn how to make money, they'll be giving you the tools. They'll be giving you the paradigms. They'll give you the structure and how to build a very strong financial capacity. Thank you so much for coming once again.
Thank you so much.
Have yourself a very wonderful day. Taka Today 95.1 FM. Stick around. The world news comes up next. Enjoy your day.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by
long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
The people.
Officer, take. Officer, give me number. No time. Ma dey match am. They go.
What? You bribing the officer of the law? You under arrest. Let me see your papers. You can go. They're in order. Drive safe, okay?
I don't understand though. No be the same country again. Officer reject bribe. They arrest me yesterday. That yesterday, I go do my papers. See as I pass now. I pass without fear. You too, make you do wetin dey right. For we country to better, it dey for we hand. If you like, do like say you no hear am. To give or to take bribe, na offense.
Una don hear am, abi? You hear am too, abi? You hear am. You hear am well. They themselves, they hear am. Now the voice of the people. Now him bring this message give una. Today 95.1 FM. Now we be the voice of the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
This president's failed.
It's about the future of this country.
We're going to take it back.
You asked us to vote you into that position so you can bring about that
solution.
So when you vote me, then you sleep.
Let me see if I can take another phone call. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
What makes a policeman to be able to feed is the gun he's holding. They use their gun to extort money from people.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
No longer news that we are truly the voice of the people.
Radio
95.1 FM.
This is the Vivian Douglas Show. It is an avenue for paradigm shift.
We bring you a platform where your voice counts on issues of social reform in our society, from governance to education,
domestic abuse, health, environment, relationship, religion, lifestyle, entertainment, and much more.
Most importantly, here on the Vivian Douglas Show, we speak to impact on all fronts. Join us on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt every Thursday, 5 to 6 p.m.
On the Vivian Douglas Show to interact. And on the Just So You Know segment on Today 95.1 FM and on our social media platforms at The Vivian Douglas Show.
Let's keep it real and log down every Thursday.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today.
Good afternoon. This is the world news at noon on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Kala Dakorubatabo. First, the headlines. President Mahmoud Buhari swears in 4 recently appointed permanent secretaries. Federal government assures of quick resolutions of disagreement between striking university lecturers and government. River State government expresses commitment to eradicating illegal refineries. On the foreign scene, President Donald Trump and his challenger Joe Biden clash in first presidential debate. Stay tuned to the news in details. Operation took place inside the council chamber of the presidential villa Abuja shortly before the commencement of the weekly meeting of the Federal Executive Council. Those inaugurated are James Sule from Kaduna State, Ismaila Abubakar from Kebbi State, Ibiene Patricia Roberts from Rivers State, and Shehu Shinkafi from Zamfara State. Meanwhile, President Mahmoud Buhari has asked the Senate to approve the appointment of 8 justices of the Supreme Court. The president's request was contained in a letter addressed to the Senate and read by Senate President Ahmed Lawan. According to the letter, the request was in pursuant to Section 231, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and upon the advice of the National Judicial Council according to their ranking and seniority in the Court of Appeal. The nominees are Lawal Gaba, Northwest, Elin Ogunwumiju, Southwest, Abdu Aboki, Northwest, and M.M. Salawa, Northwest. Others are Adamu Jaro, Northeast, Samuel Oseji, South, Tijani Abubakar, Northeast, and Emmanuel Agim, South. The Federal High Court in Abuja is today expected to deliver judgment on the suit opposing the appointment of 21 persons on the list of 33 candidates recommended to President Mahmoud Buhari for appointment as judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. Justice Okon Abang fixed the date for judgment after hearing parties to the suit, which was instituted by a group of lawyers, mostly senior advocates of Nigeria, the Justice Reform Project Foundation. President Buhari has since picked 11 of the names on the list recommended to him in April by the National Judicial Council, and they have been sworn in by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad. But the plaintiff had, in its suit filed on June 10, 2020, described the recommendation of the candidates by the NJC to the president as improper, adding that the 21 candidates were unsuitable for the appointment. Defendants in the suit are President Buhari, the NJC, the Judicial Service Committee of the FCT, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the 21 nominees. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered that the newly commissioned Itakpe-Warri Railway be extended to link with Abuja, creating a direct line between the north and the south. The president said this should be achieved before the end of his tenure as president in May 2023. He gave the directive while virtually commissioning the 326-kilometer Itakpe-Warri Railway and ancillary facility yard from the conference hall of the State House in Abuja. The president also directed that the railway stations be renamed after Nigerians who have contributed immensely to nation building. President Buhari commended all who, in the 33 years of its creation, made the project a success, urging host communities for the rail line to maximize the potential the rail line avails them.
It is my high expectation that this project, a vital link of south-south geopolitical zone of the country to northern zones, will be completed during the tenure of this administration. Of the 11 railway stations and the railway villages of this project, including Adamo Ata Station in Itabe, Abubakar Orishola Saraki Station Ajakuta, Augustus Aikumu Station of Otobo, George E. Station Anabode, Anthony Anahoro Station Uromi, Tom Ikimi Station Ikihan, Samuel Omidia Station Ibanke, Goodluck Jensen Radio Complex Abu Oa Oibu, David Ejo Station Abraka, Michael Ibu Station Opara, Alfred Ruwani Station Ojumu, and Michael Ahibe Radio Village Abu.
The Itakpe-Warri Railway line is a 276 kilometers railway line that links Warri in Delta State to Ajokuta in Kogi State. The federal government says the issue of the Academic Staff Union of Universities would soon be resolved. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, disclosed the Federation will meet with the body next week. The minister's comments come 3 days after ASU said it had not called off its nationwide industrial action, which started in March. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has described as unfortunate comments by the Bayelsa State Governor Doye Deri over ownership of the Soku oil well. Governor Wike said this when he received a delegation of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission on a courtesy visit at Government House, Port Harcourt. He stated that Soku oil well belongs to River State and urged the commission to continue to ensure the payment of the accruing revenue to the state. The governor, who commended the commission for taking the bold step to correct fraudulent practices adopted by some states in order to gain financial advantage, therefore advocated a new revenue sharing formula that will make the states get more money for development.
And I want to say clearly, it's unfortunate the statement that was made by the Bayelsa State government. You know what we do not understand in life? Sukoyi well does not belong to Bayelsa. Sukoyi well belongs to Rivers. And what people do not understand, they don't tell people the truth. What's the subject matter? The matter was the Supreme Court. And National Monetary Commission admitted that they made an error. So, for Bayelsa to come up to say, don't pay us our money because we are filing a matter in Supreme Court. Filing a matter in Supreme Court against implementing that judgment of the court. And we are not intimidated that Bayelsa went to Supreme Court. I mean, it's good. Let's all go there. Whatever Supreme Court decides, then you also implement. But for now, you must have to implement the judgment of the Federal High Court.
The leader of the delegation, Mohammed Usman, said they were on an advocacy and sensitization was characterized by fraud because some data supplied by some states were very spurious.
Your Excellency, we are not on verification visit, but rather on sensitization and advocacy tour. Why is it so? Sometimes in 2018, a verification exercise was carried out by this Honorable Commission. The exercise was done haphazardly. At the time of the exercise, really unconstitutional. More so, the exercise was full of fraud. Some states were trying to cheat on others. If we had implemented, you had no problem. But the problem will occur whereby some people who overinflated their figures will draw away your money. And we believe you needed more money, sir, to continue with this good exercise. So we felt that to implement that, it is amounting to cheating some states.
In another development, the Rivers State government has expressed commitment to ending the Peter Mede gave the assurance during the meeting with members of Artisanal Refiners Association of Nigeria. Mede at the meeting decried the effect of illegal refining in the environment, which he said poses a great danger for generation yet unborn.
Your coming out is part of the problem being solved at least by 50%. And we are hopeful that in a very short time, the remaining people who are still doing these activities will come out. For Rivers State government, His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, is very determined and concerned. So we would welcome you. We will appeal to you that you do the very best you can to provide that leadership to the remaining members of your organization. Those who are still in the creek, those who are still doing these illegal activities, let them know that Rivers State government is ready to support you to do it legally.
That investors are welcomed to partner with. Sunday disclosed that his association has acquired 3 gunboats to be used in accessing the creeks to sensitize other illegal refiners against the activities.
Also considering the devastating effect on our environment, which obviously is leading to the environmental pollution, degradation, and even a negative effect on our ecosystem, we as a people have unanimously agreed that we cannot continue to steal what seemingly belongs to us. To stop illegal oil bunkering in Nigeria, an exercise which is scheduled to take place in Port Harcourt, Rivers State.
You are listening to the World News at noon on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After this break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Please stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People. And we're back.
You're still listening to the World News at noon on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back. Now to the rest of the bulletin. A group from Ogoni under the aegis of Ogoni Liberals dragged the federal government at an adequate compensation for the people and proper cleanup of their polluted and damaged land to ensure that it returns to its previous state before it was polluted. Our correspondent Uchendu Ejowa reports that when the matter came up for mention before Justice Emmanuel Obile, counsel to the second respondent, which is Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, said they are yet to be served with all the process. Justice Obile, after listening to the counsels present, ordered the parties file and reply all the processes. Speaking to News by the courtroom, counsel to the Ogoni Group.
That is to say, all the parties should be here in court, so that will not take a date to do the actual hearing of the case. However, only Shell appeared and filed what we call conditional service. They have got our processes, so they entered the conditional for hearing. We are thinking that between now and the end of this month, Shell must have filed the statement of defense. The Attorney General would have done the needful. The proof again, basically that one, we want to be paid compensation for all the years of the pollution of the environment. So we are saying for all these numbers of years that they have destroyed the environment, the air, the land, the pond, the rivers, and all that, they should pay compensation.
Counsel to SPDC declined comment on the court proceeding while the matter was adjourned to the 12th of November 2024 hearing. A High Court sitting in Jos, Plateau State, has dismissed the application filed by ex-Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Obadiah Mailafia, challenging the invitation by the police. Justice Aram Ashoms, in his ruling, dismissed the application for lack of merit and in its entirety. It ruled that the police has the constitutional powers to investigate and invite citizens to investigate allegations, especially as it borders on security issues. The 10 applications were dismissed on the grounds that the police is saddled with the responsibility of prevention and detection of crime, apprehension of offenders, the preservation of law and order, as well as the protection of lives and property, and due enforcement of all laws and regulations by virtue of Section 4 of the Police Acts. Mailafia had earlier approached the High Court of Justice in Plateau State for the enforcement of his fundamental rights to personal liberty and fair hearing. as well as challenging the invitation by the police on a matter that is being investigated by the Department of State Security Services, DSS. This was after the police sent him an invitation following his appearance before the DSS over his comments on the security situation in the country while featuring on a radio program. The federal government has declared Thursday, October 1 as public holiday to mark the nation's 60th independence anniversary. The Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rav Aregbesola, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government. Aregbesola congratulated all Nigerians on celebration of the Diamond Jubilee and assured of government's unwavering commitment to the socio-economic transformation of the country. The minister, in a statement by the permanent secretary in the ministry, Georgina Uyuria, said the Diamond Jubilee would be celebrated on a location. He reminded citizens of how the founding fathers, in spite of the differences in faith, tribe and tongue, came together for Nigeria's independence. On the foreign scene now, President Donald Trump and his challenger Joe Biden have fiercely clashed in one of the most chaotic and with the pandemic, white supremacy, and the economy during the 90-minute forum in Cleveland, Ohio. Biden called the president a clown and told him to shut up, while Trump brought up drug use by his rival's son. Opinion polls suggest Biden as a steady single-digit lead over Trump, but with 35 days until election day, surveys from several important states show a closer contest. A special court has acquitted top leaders from India's governing party for their alleged role in the demolition of a mosque in 1992. Former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani and BJP leaders M.M. Joshi and Umar Bhatti denying charges that they incited Hindu mobs to demolish the 16th Hindu right-wing lecturers. Rivers State government has expressed commitment to eradicating illegal refineries from the state. On the foreign scene, President Donald Trump and his challenger Joe Biden have clashed in first U.S. presidential debate. That was the news as edited by Trinity Wuna. For comments and inquiries, please call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502. Do send your emails to news at todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, please take responsibility. Wash your hands on a regular with soap under running water. Always have with you as substitutes, alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Avoid touching your face and eye contact substances to prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you can, work from home. Otherwise, observe social distancing and always wear your facial mask when in a gathering of two or more people, because COVID-19 is very real, still real. However, it's not a death sentence. Good afternoon. Stay tuned, stay safe. I am Kala Da Kurubatsvo.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt.
Miss Williams Sandra with us right here in the studio. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And once again, a lot of people would like to know what the Vision Business Hub is all about.
Okay, so Vision Business Hub is an international business partnership organization that partners with smart and forward-thinking at your business without borrowing money from anybody over a period of time. Now, since 2016, the Business Development Assistance Program enough that you have the capital does not mean that your business will be successful. And as